God is not just interested in getting you out of your pain, interested in forming something in you while you're working through it. We often want instant relief, but God usually works through a process. Healing, recovery, and maturity take time. Abraham didn't receive the promise overnight. He had questions, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But God remained faithful because God's promises are grounded in his character, not in Abraham's perfect performance. One of the hardest things we learn is that waiting isn't wasted time. Waiting is where the trust grows. We don't measure God's faithfulness by how quickly he changes our circumstances, but by the fact that he never changes. Since God cannot lie, we can anchor ourselves in his promises, even when we don't yet see the outcome. Recovery isn't about being perfect. It's about continuing to move forward, one day at a time, trusting that God is at work even when progress feels slow. Your timetable may not match God's timetable, but his timing is always connected to his purposes. If you keep showing up, keep trusting, and keep taking the next step, you'll eventually look back and realize that God was restoring you all along. Grace is opposed to earning, but is not opposed to effort. Keep doing the things that bring healing, stay connected, stay honest, stay in community, and trust that over time God will bring about changes that he's promised. One of the things that people struggle with in recovery and spiritual growth is the expectation that things should happen quickly. We want the pain gone, the addiction broken, the chaos settled. But God is much more interested in building a solid person than in simply providing immediate relief. Abraham was a wonderful example because he didn't always get it right. He had doubts. He got impatient. He made mistakes. Yet God didn't abandon him. God stayed connected to him through the process. That's important because transformation happens in relationship. We heal as we experience God's steadfast love, and we stay connected to healthy people who support us. Waiting isn't passive. Waiting means connecting, continuing to do the right thing. It means showing up, telling the truth, asking for help, and trusting God even when your feelings tell you nothing's happening. Maturity isn't measured by how quickly your problems disappear. It's measured by your ability to remain faithful and connected while God is doing his work. God's promises are secure because they are based on his character, not on your performance. When you stumble, don't conclude that you failed. Instead, see it as another opportunity to return to God. Receive his grace and keep moving forward. Growth takes time. That's not a flaw in the system. That's how God designed people. Deep change happens in layers. As you continue to trust him and engage in healthy relationships, you discover that God has been restoring your sanity and your soul, often in ways you couldn't see while you're in the middle of the journey. So don't give up. Stay connected, stay honest, and stay in the process. For God is far more patient with you than you are with yourself. He's committed to finishing the work he began. God's timing may stretch you, but his presence will sustain you. Healing grows best in the context of grace, truth, and connection.